The video that you're about to see is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say in this video is alleged. If you're watching part 2, stop, go back, watch part 1, and then come back and watch part 2. Thank you all for watching. Previously on the gossip.
Anyways, moving on from that, Yolanda Salvador. So, Yolanda, the judge has spoken, and he said she ain't getting out. Bitch ain't changed. She's still the same. She's still blaming Selena for. She says she don't have no regrets. She said that Selena attacked her and she was defending herself. Then one minute she said she had a relationship with Selena. Oh my God. Y'all, she ain't getting out. And people is waiting for you, girl. They're waiting for you.
Yes, hola, comatose. Listen, I know that this country is divided more than ever, but one thing we stand united on is that, Yolanda, you are safer inside. Do you hear me? I don't know what's going to happen on March 30th, honey, but you need to beg them to keep you inside, locked behind a cage. Do you understand? Because once you come outside, you will get bitty bombed upside your head. I don't make the rules. In this lifetime, honey, you are not getting out. And if you are getting out, you're gonna have to change everything about you and move to where? Maybe Greenland. Maybe. I don't know how they feel over there, but I'm telling you right now, it's not happening over here. Somebody should have told you that before you even decide to file for parole. It's not happening. We are not playing with you, Casey Anthony, that inside out pissy daybed of a man in that White House, and anybody else that is getting on our nerve. We're at our wits' end, and now it's not the time. Yes, hola, come.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of Selena, J-Lo's been. I've been watching J-Lo lately. She been making me like her back. She one of those people like you kind of hate and then love again. But J-Lo, I ain't gonna lie. Selena was the best thing you could ever do in your life. The best thing you could ever give us was Selena. I mean, the singing, we didn't ask for that.
No, I didn't do any of the singing in the movie. Most of it, all of it, most of it, all of it was Selena's voice, except for 3 words that I did in one scene where the stage was collapsing, and I tell AB to play it slow, and I say "como la flor," and that was me.
Oh, come on, sing it. Sing it.
Oh my God, just let it go.
She's like, I was having a good time until you pressured me to do that singing.
Yeah. No, I just went "como la flor," and that was it.
I didn't even know Selena before that. I wasn't as into Spanish music as I am now. I didn't know much about her. I knew that a singer had been killed and it was all over the news and things like that, and everybody was talking about it, but other than that, I didn't really know. I just go right back to the beginning of the movie and the first day of shooting and really trying to find the essence of who she was. I had done so much research and watched so much tape on her and listened to her voice and talked to her family, and it's like jumping off a cliff, right? You don't know what it's going to be like. It's the first time I had ever played a real life person. She was an artist and she was singing from the time she was 9 or 10 years old, maybe younger. And so that part of it, learning how she sang, all her mannerisms and how she danced, and she wasn't a trained dancer, she was just a natural performer. She was just a great performer. So studying the tape of her became really important. It was daunting, but I remember just kind of jumping into it head first, and that first day everybody feeling really great. And I did.
But you can dance. That's something I will give you, girl. You can entertain. You can shake a tail feather. You can dance. But and Mama almost 60 years old and she still got it. She skipped the beat. Damn. J-Lo's still fine, y'all. J-Lo is still fine. But girl, keep doing the movies. And you know what's crazy about J-Lo? I be watching those. J-Lo got these movies that you don't even want to see. You know the one movie that be getting on my nerves that y'all be hyping the most. Enough. Y'all, girl, ain't nobody told you to be with that white man. You should have knew. But yeah, people be hyping that movie up. That movie depressing. It just be making me mad. But you know, people actually be going through that. But that was one of her good ones too. But J-Lo got those movies that, you know, you don't want to watch, but when you watch them, they actually good. You be like, God dang, like J-Lo be acting. That's your thing, girl. Leos out there, Leos are the best actresses ever. Trust me, I know. My sister's one. And I be trying to tell her, I be trying to push her into the acting world, but she's like, nah, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. Leos are the best actresses. I ain't gonna lie, hands down. Making Good, I'm telling you, Making Good's one. Speaking of bad women that ain't skipped a beat, Sierra. Y'all, I don't know what Sierra be taking. Sierra, you need to give us your formula. Sierra got a new freaking song out, y'all. She got a new video called Ecstasy. And Mama ain't that body, y'all. I don't know if she's talking to the Arubas, Oasis, I don't know. But her body is always on point. She be shocking me. Somebody in the comments said she gonna have another baby. God damn, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Anyways, moving on from that, y'all. The astronauts came back, y'all. So remember the astronauts that got stuck in space, and they were supposed to stay up there until like what, February or something? Well, shoot, Mama saying that since we been up there overtime, y'all need to pay us overtime. And you know what they said? They said, oh no, we can't do that. So guess what? They fit to get their lawyers. As you should. You ain't keeping me up in space again and making me age. They look older when they came back. I was like, oh, people, I'm telling you. You're moving on from that. Luigi gets the death penalty. Now, this one really shocked the mess out of me because I thought this white boy was going to get out. They said, nigga, you killed somebody. Yeah, he going in there.
Breaking news, Attorney General Pam Bondi is directing prosecutors to seek the death penalty for the man accused of killing the United Healthcare CEO. In explaining her decision, the Attorney General calls the murder a premeditated, cold-blooded assassination that shocked America. Let's get right to senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky on that. Aaron, the Attorney General says this isn't just about Thompson's murder, but also risk to others.
And that's because we've seen some other CEOs in Target, pictures posted all around New York City after Thompson's killing. And so clearly the Justice Department wants to send some kind of a message. And that's been consistent from one administration to the next. Remember, the crime was committed while Joe Biden was still president, and it was the Biden administration that pushed to have him charged in federal court in addition to the state charges that Mangione faces, and that was done in anticipation of just this, him facing the death penalty as a possible deterrent to putting other CEOs in danger like that.
The memo also talks about putting other people on the street that day at risk because this shooting happened right in front of a New York City hotel. But it also comes after this memo from the Attorney General about federal executions. Do you expect we're going to see more federal death penalty cases?
Certainly possible, and that I suppose would depend on the crime. There are specific crimes that have to be charged in order to reach that threshold. I'm not sure how many others were really in danger that day. The authorities have been confident that Mangione was targeting Brian Thompson and Thompson alone, and had he wanted to do something else, he certainly would have had the opportunity, given how long he was on the run before he was caught. But the administration, both prior and current, clearly wants to send a message that stalking a business leader because you disagree with business policy is not going to be acceptable in the United States. And that's where the death penalty comes in as a deterrent, the administration clearly hopes. Now, what's unusual here, though, Diane, is that Pam Bondi's announcement came before Mangione's actually been indicted on federal charges. He has pleaded not guilty to state murder charges. He's charged by complaint in federal court with murder and stalking, but he has not yet been indicted. So this certainly does signal where the case is going, and it may give his defense a little bit of a jump.
All right, Aaron Katursky, thank you. Looking
sad, y'all. And what was stupid is how the whole thing went. This fool went to McDonald's, and somebody saw him, an employee saw him and was like, what? Reported him. Boy, you stupid. You went to the wrong place. You know people need money and they go do anything to get that money. Anyways, I'm over myself. And so somebody said, I was watching because they were talking about the Luigi situation. And they were saying that this was a part of Trump's agenda to make America safe again. When was America ever safe? Please stop playing with me. Please stop playing with me. Moving on from that. Diddy. Yo, do y'all think Diddy go get out? I'm looking for a friend. Do y'all think Diddy is gonna get out? I mean, I feel like he gonna get out for some reason. I don't know. I never said anything about it. I never did it, but I wonder. We should do a reading on that. I think Diddy go get out. I mean, Tony Busby, you just messed up, buddy. You messed up. Well, they say Diddy's court date is on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Somebody get that man some tacos. Give him some tacos. Anyways, moving on from that, Jasmine Crockett, my girl, y'all, they getting on my girl. They getting on her because she had to apologize to Texas Governor Greg Abbott because she said Hot Wheels. Now, who used to say Hot Wheels? Who used to say Hot Wheels? Who?
The mentality of Texas needs to completely overhaul. Texas, we need to overhaul Greg Abbott. We need to. We all watched January 6th. And what January 6th was is people's karma. We need to vote Greg out. Okay? He needs to go. Hot Wheels needs to leave. That's his name. That's his nickname. I call Trump Baby Hands, and I call Greg Hot Wheels. He needs to go. He needs to go. I'm sorry. He needs to go.
Jasmine Crockett watched my videos, y'all. She watched my videos. She watched my videos. I told y'all. They be watching me.
A congresswoman from North Texas is causing controversy over recent comments she made about Governor Abbott. Fox's Stephen Dial explains.
Dallas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is being called out by other elected officials for her comments last Saturday at a human rights campaign event.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot mess.
Referring to Governor Greg Abbott as Hot Wheels. Abbott was partially paralyzed when a tree fell on him decades ago.
Hey, I'm gonna move on.
Multiple Texas lawmakers took to social media to condemn Crockett for her remarks. Texas Senator John Cornyn saying, quote, Crockett's comments are disgraceful. Can you imagine if a Republican said something like this? It would be on the front page of the New York Times and all over CNN. I spoke to Crockett Tuesday. She had this to say, quote, I said that he was a hot expletive mess, referencing his terrible policies. Never at any time did I reference his condition. I am even more appalled that the people that unequivocally support Trump, who is known for racially insensitive nicknames and mocking the uniquely abled, are outraged. Keep this energy up for all people, not just your political adversaries.
On March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down.
Crockett is also in hot water for this comment she made about Elon Musk, who has been the target of protests and whose Tesla dealerships have been hit by vandals. Moments after the remark, Crockett gave a clarification, saying she did not mean violence towards Musk.
I'm saying that figuratively. Obviously, everything that I am promoting is nonviolent. And so definitely don't want anyone to take that word literal in any way.
Those comments did not sit well with the U.S. Attorney General, Pam Bondi, who thinks Crockett should be censured by Congress.
Yet she turns and says, oh, I'm not calling for violence. Well, she is an elected public official, and so she needs to tread very carefully.
YouTube, we got a problem because y'all fucking with my views. Think I don't know? I did a reading on y'all. YouTube is racist. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. What? Put my subscribers back. Put my videos back. Y'all are the reasons why this world is messed up, because I said a lot of stuff that's important for these people who are watching, and y'all hold back. So guess what? You get what you deserve. All y'all getting y'all karma. And I'm over myself. Moving on from that. Jasmine Crockett, girl, keep doing your thing. We got your back. We got your back. Anyways, Kanye West. Kanye West, I got a video of him coming out too, y'all. I might postpone it because of this video, the gossip. But anyways, Kanye West is spiraling out. He's spiraling. Now he's targeting J. Cole. What the hell? Who would have thought? And he was on DJ Academic. Yeah, I didn't even watch that. I don't like DJ Academic. I did not give him no views. I do not watch that guy. I hate that man with a passion. But yeah, so apparently he went on there and he said that he didn't want no kids. He didn't want any kids from Kim. And then DJ Academic was like, when you speak about Kim, you picked her. And he goes, yeah, I did. Exactly. So why are you telling us that you didn't want no kids? Wasn't he the one that said that he wanted, didn't he say Kim was the one that didn't want no kids and she aborted, she was going to abort North or something like that? Wasn't he the one that said that? And you have 4 more kids with her? This Kanye is a contradiction. This is why I can't believe that nigga. Yeah, I cannot believe what that man say. That man ain't playing with a full deck. This is why you done, Kanye. You freaking done. Your kids probably look up to you like a hero, and you say some stupid shit like that. I'm over myself. Speaking of entertainers, did y'all watch the Billboard Women in Music of 2025? I watched a little bit of it, and my best performance was Erykah Badu, y'all. Erykah Badu, she performed Annie Don't Wear No Panties. Y'all go check that out. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna put the link down below. Check it out. Pause this, go check that out, because I can't play it on my channel, because I'm gonna get banned. It's still a Mercury retrograde. But yeah, go check that out. That was good. Erykah did everything. Moving on from that, Ocean Gate. So remember the Ocean Gate Titan missile that we talked about in the past? Remember that episode? Well, they got audio clips of it exploding. Y'all, for some of y'all, this may be hard to watch and take heed, but because of the lives that were in there, take a look at this.
Newly released audio from the 2023 Titan submersible implosion could offer new details about the terrible tragedy. Nearly 2 years after the underwater vessel disappeared in the Atlantic Ocean during a mission to explore the wreckage of the RMS Titanic, the Coast Guard has released a 20-second recording believed to feature audio of the implosion as part of an ongoing investigation into the accident. In the clip, recorded roughly 900 miles from the disaster site, a muffled boom sound, followed by a chilling silence, indicates what the Coast Guard describes as the suspected acoustic signature of the implosion, which claimed the lives of passengers Stockton Rush, Hamish Harding, Paul-Henri Narjolet, Shahzada Dawood, and his son Suleiman Dawood. The recording was shared publicly February 7th. The recording also features a more precise indication of when the implosion took place. An on-screen note at the start of the clip highlights that the audio was captured at 9:34 a.m. Eastern Time on June 18, 2023, roughly 90 minutes after the Titan submerged around 8 a.m. off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada. Tragically, 4 days after the voyage, the company responsible for organizing the excursion, Ocean Gate, declared in a statement that they believed the 5 people on board had sadly been lost.
guys, that is insane. Crazy, crazy, right? I mean, God rest their souls in peace. But yeah, that was how that whole thing went, man. He had a remote controller. He had a PlayStation remote control to go down in the ocean to go see the Titanic. My thing is, how the hell did they find it? That's what trips me out. They found it. Anyways, moving on from that, Egypt. Y'all, this is something that I already knew. I believe I spoke about it on my channel. They found that underneath the pyramids goes 80 feet deep and more. They found tombs, tunnels, mummifications, all of that stuff underneath the earth. I'm pretty sure they found some alien stuff too. I'm pretty sure. They just not telling us every freaking thing. But they found out that there's more. And whoever built these pyramids, they not here no more. But they probably still is. They probably still is. But yeah. These aliens, y'all, the way the pyramids are built, we cannot build that to this day. You hear me? We cannot build those to this day. It's still a mystery. And now the architect that they have, where they go deep down, where did they get the machinery to go down there? Think about it. Where did they get the machinery?
Dude, this new pyramid that's just come out?
Oh, this is insane. It's quite stunning. So apparently, through the use of LiDAR, they have discovered that there are enormous structures underneath the Great Pyramid that go kilometers deep into the earth with coils. So enormous pillars, and then these coils. They don't understand what it is because they're just looking at LiDAR images, but whatever this is a uniform structure. There's several pillars, and all of this is like very, very, very weird.
Yeah, 600 meters descending down those cylinders, and then there's more stuff below it, and then there's additional structures inside of it. Yeah, that was crazy.
It's really crazy.
What's been discovered is that there are huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock. In fact, over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. Internal structures connected to the base of the pyramid and extending deep, deep down. This is what we know so far.
The age-old question. How did the Egyptians build the pyramids? Perplexing historians all the way back to ancient Greece, stumping Napoleon's archaeologists, and becoming the butt of jokes today.
Did this start at the top and work down, or start at the bottom and work up?
Although we're fairly sure they started at the bottom, we still don't know exactly how they did it. There are all kinds of theories, ramps, cranes, and, yes, aliens.
Probably extraterrestrials.
Now we're getting a new potential answer, one a little more grounded in reality. Water. Researchers just published a study suggesting that hydraulic force could have helped build the step pyramid for Pharaoh Djoser, more than 4,600 years ago. It's the oldest of the 7 monumental pyramids in Egypt and was at the time the largest structure, coming in at 204 feet. That's King, or Pharaoh, LeBron James, stacked head to toe more than 30 times. Some of those stones weighing more than 600 pounds. The researchers now say the internal architecture of the pyramid supports a new theory, a hydraulic lift.
The Express now, and 9 out of 10 young people are totally deluded about the pyramids and think they're built by humans, Paul.
Yes, this is 1 in 10 young adults believe the pyramids of Giza were built by aliens. That's because they were, Leo. Massive, giant, racist aliens that made the Jewish people build the pyramids. I don't know if that's true or not. And the Express don't know either, but I'll tell you what the Express don't know. It's because no one actually really knows exactly how the pyramids are built. It's way beyond the scope of the technology available at the time. I mean, I know they say that, you know, lots of people drag things up on logs or whatever. Have you seen the things? It's incredible. So, I mean, the point of this story really is that, you know, children and young adults have got access to the internet, and therefore they're getting to see all sorts of conspiracy theories and different versions of the news. And do you know what? They can figure it out for themselves.
I mean, Lewis, what do you think? I mean, this is a slur on your people who did a fantastic job.
Well, supposedly, I've just been told we didn't build the pyramids. We built some storehouses nearby, whatever. But we still haven't gotten paid for it. So, I think they say the Jews are good business people, but we still haven't gotten paid for it. But this story basically is one of those stories that says nobody knows anything about anything. Nobody knows about the pyramids. I'm surprised that even this many people know.
You certainly get that impression watching this show.
Yeah, and it says who this study was commissioned by who? By the Sega Europe Limited, which is a computer games company. They're promoting their you got to read closely. This is
just a press release to promote some pyramid games.
To promote some computer.
You know what it is?
Now, how were Egypt's pyramids built in a remote desert? Now, the pyramids in and around Giza have presented a fascinating puzzle for millennia. And now the scientists have finally, it appears, solved this riddle. And our next report tells you how it's to have a lost branch of the river Nile could actually help solve this long-standing question of how the pyramids of Giza were built. Take a look.
Or did aliens help them? We've seen all sorts of theories, but it looks like scientists finally have the answer. And it's a simple one. The Egyptians used the Nile, the river. But here's the catch. The modern-day river lies 8 kilometers away from the Giza pyramid. So how did it work? Our next report solves the mystery for you.
Imagine a time 4,500 years ago. No cars, no machines, no cranes, no modern technology. In the vast span of the Sahara Desert rose the pyramids of Egypt. They are monumental tombs, relics of Egypt's Old Kingdom era. The pyramids were built to stand for eternity, and they have. But how did Egyptians build them? How did they carry such heavy structures? It's been an age-old mystery, and scientists may have finally found the answer to it. The answer is far from mundane, yet it is marvelously human. It turns out the ancient Egyptians used water. But the question is how? Right now, the Nile is located about 8 kilometers from the pyramids of Giza. So how did the ancient Egyptians use it? Well, they did use the Nile, but not the modern river that we know today. They used a now buried branch of the Nile that was then flowing right by the pyramids. It's called the Aramat branch. Data suggests it was around 64 kilometers long, around 700 meters wide. It is said to have bordered 31 pyramids. This was used by ancient Egyptians as a waterway. Workmen traveled through it. Materials were sent via this river. So how did researchers find this hidden branch? They used a combination of radar satellite data, geophysical surveys, and soil coring. And history supports this. Ancient papyri from archaeological sites across Egypt show the same. It shows boatmen using the Nile and other waterways to bring materials to the Giza Plateau. So clearly, they used water to transport materials. However, scientists aren't sure of its exact location. Which brings us to the question, what happened to this river branch? Scientists don't know yet.
This morning, a new discovery inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. Behind these gigantic chevrons above the main entrance, for the first time, a look inside, a precise analysis, a real characterization of the North Face corridor.
This discovery, in my opinion, is the most important discovery on the 21st century.
The towering structure has for centuries kept secrets out of reach of scientists and archaeologists. And now, for the first time, images showing a vaulted ceiling, a corridor measuring 30 feet with 5 chambers designed to release pressure.
This corridor, it's protecting or reducing the pressure on something beneath it. It might be chamber, it might be something else. Very soon we can figure out what is the main issue of this corridor.
Inside the Great Pyramid, the possible tombs, the unknown artifacts, even the ancient construction techniques, it's all fascinated the world for the last 4,500 years.
It's wonderful that we keep getting new developments and learn new things.
Back in 2016, a cavity behind the north face was first discovered. Scientists believed it was horizontal, and now they know it is, with perhaps a small upward slope. After 7 years of exhaustive investigation, a true picture of what it looks like. Launched back in 2015, Scan Pyramids set out to penetrate the walls of this ancient pyramid without disrupting them. No drilling required, no excavations. Using advanced cosmic ray scans in the form of muons, scientists can peer behind the thick limestone walls with technology far more powerful than any X-ray. But this morning, the questions remain. What else is behind the north face? What's below that corridor? What is it hiding?
So many more questions, of course, but as always with these big discoveries, we want to know what was next to that, what was under that, what else is to come. What's so incredible, though, you guys, is that as technology advances, the discoveries become more frequent, the discoveries become bigger. But something like this, for example, they didn't have to do any digging, they didn't have to do any excavating. It was all done without removing one single stone from the Great Pyramid. It's pretty incredible.
It's fascinating.
It is wild. And what a cliffhanger, Molly.
Yeah.
Clearly there's more to come.
What do you think, Al? What's it hiding? Thank you, Molly.
I think it's the Pharaoh's man cave. Widescreen hieroglyphics. They were watching the big game.
I'm also hearing, we go talk about it. Did y'all hear about the moon? So, okay. Y'all don't know, but I had a dream that the moon exploded. I think I told y'all this before, right? Well, I was doing research on the moon, and they were saying that when they shot a missile, they said that they sent the satellite up there, right? And the satellite crashed on the moon. And when it crashed, it rung. So then it rung for like an hour, right? So they sent a missile up there just to shoot the moon, just to see what would it do, right? And it rung for 3 hours. They're trying to say that the moon is hollow, that it's basically a spaceship that's been up there for many, many moons and is connected to the Earth. That's how they get information. But they said on the other side of the moon, right, the dark side of the moon, there's extraterrestrials there. And I remember one of you astronauts, I did plenty of videos of this, y'all just need to go be checking. They said that in the video, when they land on the moon, the aliens told them, they were tall. They were tall. I don't know if they were Neanderthals or whatever, but they said, "Don't you ever come back here again." And ever since then, we ain't never went back to the moon. Think about it. We got rovers on Mars. How come we don't got rovers on the moon? Did anybody ever think about that? Moving on from that. Have y'all heard about the Waterbury man that was held captive in his home by his stepmother? Did y'all hear that story? Y'all, this story blew me by surprise. The boy was 35 years old. The man was 35 years old. Yeah. Locked in his room.
Thank y'all for watching part 2 of the gossip. I'm sorry for the delay, but we're still in Mercury retrograde. I don't want this to affect anything, so we're gonna do the continuation of part 3 on the tariffs, and will there be a draft in America on the next video. Y'all stay tuned. It will be premiered tomorrow night along with the SZA video. Thank you all for watching. God bless.